Well, hello again. Another great episode of Clifton News Live here from Clifton Cafe, and we got Mr. Singh here to tell us what's up.
Yeah, things are looking up. We had a what was that holiday on Ludlow. It was great. A lot of people stopped by. It was awesome. It was the first time I experienced that, and it was really breathtaking. And the store is coming back to life now. Like deli's open, the meat department been open for a while, and more stock is coming in following week, and we should be pretty close to 100% by the end of next week.
Well, good, because we want to have some sort of a party or opening, new opening when the store gets fully stocked.
That's the plan. First, the goal is to get it fully stocked, get it nice and neat and clean, and get it back to where it's supposed to be. Then have a day for grand reopening, and have some activities and for people, for kids and different things, and let the community know the store is back.
Well, we'll set that date and start working on promoting it right away. Now, can people order deli trays for parties?
Yeah, that you can order deli trays. We are party trays, and all those are for holidays.
I got this sheet.
Yeah.
This is a sheet that I've been printing out that has the deli items. Maybe we'll go over it and update it, and I'll make it available in the cart for you.
Yeah, all that stuff is available. Deli's it's back to 100%. They have all the stock, so anything you need for your holiday planning, just let them know. They have it ready for you.
Well, I also printed out a menu for the deli. It's in the letter boxes, but I also am going to make some available in the cart for you. So you got the party trays, the deli menu, sheets that you can take home and use.
Yeah, that's really nice. Thanks, Tom. Yeah.
Oh, I also want to write up a statement, sort of letting everybody know, just a half sheet of what's going on here at the store. So I'll get you to okay that text.
Yeah, please let me see it, and I think you do a good job, and I'm sure it'll be fine.
Well, let me go to my notes here. Of course, the flags have fallen down upstairs. I'm going to take care of that. I need a rung ladder to get up on the roof. The roof hatch is jammed shut. I don't know what's up, but anyway, we'll get that sorted out. Maybe we'll put some more flowers in the window boxes, some winter cabbages, if we can, and making some new yard signs. My new idea was to take like a family and make a silhouette of them, like a real family, and put that on the yard sign. Then they can put one in their yard, and we'll put one around the neighborhood. But the main thing is to get the word out that we're under new management.
Yeah, you have a very creative mind, and you come up with really good ideas. And I think, that's an idea. Any way we can get the word out through YouTube or through signs, and it helps. Everything helps, and I think the word of mouth spreads more than anything. And once people come in here and they find the store back to normal, they're finding things they need. And once they start talking about it, and I think people will pick it up even quicker. Yeah.
Well, we hope so. I'm hoping that I can start posting on social media for the market, because it's a real dry spell. There hasn't been anything posted since you took over.
Yeah, and I don't have access to those accounts yet, so I've been talking to the board member, trying to figure out who has what, and then once we get all that sorted out, and then we'll assign you all those accounts, and then you can take care of that. And it's important for us to be live on every menu possible, because new generation is all about social media. That's the only way you can get to them. So we need to be active on that. Yeah.
Well, I'm trying to reach Rowan Rivers, who won the $50 gift certificate we gave away on holidays on Ludlow. I left messages. I've texted. I think Rowan Rivers is a girl or a woman, and so I guess we'll just wait a week or so and see. Then we've got all the slips, and we'll just draw another name.
Yeah. Anybody knows what is the name? Please.
Rowan Rivers.
Yeah, please let them know they want a card and it's here, and they can stop by anytime, pick it up, and if for whatever reason we're unable to get hold of them, then we'll do another drawing.
Yeah. Well, we got all the slips still, and we'll get something moving on that. So, I wish I had more things to talk about. Are we getting the Indian section, the food section in?
Yeah, that'd be the goal right now because of the holidays are right around. We're almost there. Was to stock up the store just the way it was. So you will see a new look after the first of the year. We will rearrange the store, put them more kind of like together. Like right now, some of the stuff is scattered. Like drinks are not together, baking stuff is not together. They're like in different aisles. So you will see a new look after first of the year, and then we'll have international groceries in here too. Yeah.
And are we getting back 80 acres greens soon?
I talked to them last week, and they said the earliest they can get here is Tuesday. So hopefully this coming Tuesday, they'll make a delivery. Yeah.
And have you been reading any of the suggestions out of the suggestion box?
I have not. I mean, I have a suggestion box. I haven't gotten any yet. So
There aren't any suggestions in the box yet?
yeah, I do get emails, and I do respond to those emails. But in the box, I haven't seen any. So yeah, please, anything I can do to make this place better or more convenient, just let me know, and we'll act on it. Yeah.
Well, if, I can organize the suggestion box and make a list and send it to you so you can deal with it directly.
Yeah, that'd be fine, Tom.
Because we want everybody's experience to be first class here. That's the only thing we got going for us is word of mouth and to make the experience perfect.
Yeah, we want to lead by example. We want to be one of a kind store and kind of like let other people follow this. And we don't want to, for a long time, this has been a bad example, but we need to reverse that and change that and make this store where it's loved and supported so much by the community, and there's no reason for us to be successful. And I think we will get to that point here very soon.
Well, we look forward to that. What's going on in the parking lot there? We're doing some construction on the sidewalk. What's that about?
It's I think there's some water line that's needs to be rerouted that comes from the building. Part of the sidewalk is broken, so the city has to fix that. So and there's some work from our end that we need to do. I wasn't aware of it. I just came to know about it a couple of days ago. Mm-hmm. So yeah, they're just fixing the sidewalk over there.
No, great. Well, I can't think of anything else. So we'll let you get back to hard work. You are doing all the ordering now for the grocery.
Yeah, I am. I have a guy that he's been here since the store opened, and he knows what sells, what doesn't sell. So I'm kind of like working with him, and we are all the vendors were turned off because market stopped ordering, and so we're trying to get everybody back in. They're retagging the store, and and the next week you will see a big difference. You'll see store completely full or almost full.
Yeah. Oh, good. Then we'll start planning that party. I suppose it'll just be a gathering in the evening, and we'll just sort of get the word out. Maybe get about 50 people here to celebrate.
Yeah, hopefully more. Yeah, just we're open to any ideas, and let us know what we can, how we can celebrate that, and then we'll listen to everybody and come up with the best plan to do that. Maybe have some treats here, some music, or hand out different things, and whichever way to bring the community out and gather the. You were saying like somebody suggested like everybody bringing a different dish from different parts of.
Yeah.
Maybe we can do something.
Potluck. We could maybe make that part of the cell. That's a great idea.
So just have a celebration and.
They'll make their potluck with Clifton Market goods and then bring it in and we'll celebrate community.
Yeah, and we will provide some stuff from here and have a little cookout type of thing.
Yeah. Well, when we had that raffle here, I went around and gave little slips of paper to all the merchants, and they really it seemed like sometimes the merchants don't even know each other. Sometimes with given those slips of paper, they had to come in the store to put it in the box. So I could think I might have to start doing that more often.
Yeah, anything. You do a lot for the market, Tom, and I appreciate it. And, yeah, anything that you can do to help the place, that's appreciated. Thank you.
Well, I can't thank you for coming in and saving the market. We're still running. I'm sure we're not breaking even yet.
Yeah, it's not there yet, but like I said, market is not properly stocked. So once it's fully stocked, then we all need to change our campaign toward bringing people into the store. Right now, it's just getting it stocked and getting it back to where if somebody comes in, they're able to find what they're looking for, so they're not disappointed and they have to make another stop. And I think that has been done here so much that people have changed their shopping habits, shopping patterns, because everybody's busy and they have things to take care of. Nobody has time to make multiple stops to get groceries. So but we need to get there and have everything in the store, and then with everybody's help, just get the word out that this store is back, and then I think people will come back.
Well, I just was talking to a neighbor today, and that was his chief complaint. That we have to have a party, and two, the store has to be completely stocked so they can make one stop.
Yep. Agree, 100%. And so we're working on it. We'll get there very soon.
Everybody says, like, what are you having 6 different low-end vinegars for? I don't know. How does ordering groceries work? Can you select what you get, or you have to just take what they give you?
The market has a really state-of-the-art computer system, the grocery management system. It was just never 100% utilized. So, like, you have to have the common needs that people need, but maybe you don't need that much selection. But once the store gets fully stocked, then we will utilize that system. We'll be able to track the inventory movement, the inventory management, what's moving, what's not moving, to track those and listen to the people, what they're asking for, and all that go hand in hand. And then we'll get it right mix of product in here. It's going to take some time, but you have to work on it. You have to constantly work on it until you reach that. Maximize the numbers, get the right, right product, and not like they're saying if the vinegar is not selling that much, why do we need it that much? Maybe put something else in there that people need, will move faster than that. So all that needs to be managed. The system is in place. It just needs to be utilized 100%, and I'm planning on using it, every bit of it. Yeah.
Well, we're also doing some more online shopping.
Online shopping is on and active, but it's not gaining much traction because I guess it was shut down for a while. So like I said, right now the focus is on the store to get it stocked. Even online shopping works the same way. You have to have a stock for people to buy. So once we achieve that, and then that will be the next step, to bring people into the store, to promote our online shopping, even offer maybe free delivery for a while in Northside, Clifton area, just to get people, used to that online ordering. So we'll work on all that after once the store is back to normal position.
Well, great. I had another suggestion from Clifton night of taking the goods that are about ready to expire, and the day before they expire, to put them on a separate shelf or an area in the store. People could come in and get them at cost or something, just because we wouldn't have to throw them away. Don't they just get thrown away?
Most of those things are like usually the dairy product, like milk, and we do mark it down once we know that it's not moving. But those things have to remain in the cooler. We can't take them out on the shelf, right, because they have to put. But we do. We donate some of those items to people, but they are marked down. You will see like a store sticker on there, $2 off, $3 off, because if we don't sell it, then after the date, we just have to donate it or throw it away. You're right.
Oh, I've seen that. You're right. That's exactly how to do it. Yeah. Well, yep. Having perishable goods is a difficult business.
Like you said, like I said earlier, if you utilize the system and kind of like manage your inventory, and most vendors come here multiple times a week. It's not like you have to order something and then you can't get it for another month. The deliveries come 3 times, 4 times a week, but to find that right number, to use the system and what we need to get through the week. And once you get good at it, then those mistakes are minimized. And I think the big stores, they do the same thing. They let the computer generate the order. They know how much they have to get through the week, and that's what we need to get good at here.
Well, another thing I remember on holidays in Ludlow, we had some specialty juices that we made here.
Yeah, those were homemade juices, and those are really healthy, organic, and you can't go wrong with those.
I noticed that everybody sort of gravitated right to it. It was a quite interesting display.
Yeah. So those were. We have a juicer here, and we do. We are almost there to get that going too, and we'll have fresh juices, and hopefully implement a plan where people can hand pick the fruit they want juiced and take it to the juice bar and get you a fresh cup of juice. Yeah.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Great. Well, I also noticed you have pizza by the slice now.
Yeah, that's doing really well. Everybody loves it, and I think, like you said, we'll try things, and if they're a hit and people like it, and then we'll keep them around, and if not, we'll try something else.
Oh yes, I like buying pizza by the slice too.
Yeah, I love pizza, and just one slice doesn't do it for me. I have to have more than one.
Well, maybe 3 or 4 slices, but you don't want the whole pie.
Yeah, I'm just I don't have that. I'm not that much well disciplined when it comes to eating, and I think I need to. I'm getting old, and I need to maintain my weight and watch what I eat.
Yeah. Well, you're sure working hard here. I know the staff is still very thin. Yeah. And we're trying to break even in cost versus sales.
Yeah, and we are. I think we'll be hiring here soon. We're bringing some of the other people back once the store is fully stocked. And now, like I think the holidays are coming. You see the out starting next week, so it might slow down a little bit. So we'll wait after the new year. You will see some of the jobs coming back once the numbers come up and jobs come back. But you have to keep it even with the sales that are happening in the store, because if your payroll is high and you're not pulling enough numbers, and then you put the store in a bind. So as the numbers come up, the jobs will come up.
Yes, absolutely. So I can't think of anything else.
Well, if you do, I'm here. Just holler at me.
Well, thank you very much for coming by. And I know you're very busy. I don't even know when you get time to go to sleep.
Yeah, it's on hold for now, but it will come.
All right. Thanks very much. Thank you. Oh, that's great. There's a line here at the store, so I know Mr. Singh has to get right back, open up another register. So that's we'll move on to. I think I mentioned everything that I wanted to talk about. It's really going to be a tough job to market the store without a marketing budget. So I recently was working on the yard sign idea, and I think I'm going to get families to pose, and then I will make a white silhouette of the family on one of the yard signs. So it'll be a family, and then it'll say Clifton Market, and maybe the family's name. And I'll make 2 of them, one to go in the neighborhood, one to go in front of the farm, the home of the family. So we're going to work on that. I think that's the best creative idea, and it's not too obtrusive to. I don't want to sell too hard, but it's very important to get the word out that they are under new management. I have taken the yard signs out of the store here, and I've just been distributing them on the street. I need to keep that up. Let's go to NextDoor and see what's happening. Brandon Geyer is trying to sell a white Toyota Camry. Laura and Stephen Rahe have some beautiful pictures of birds. Somebody, Alan Gross in Northside, looking for chimney cleaning. That flexible date sublet available on Ludlow Avenue. Sounds like a student trying to rent out their room. Sean Mullaney has Clifton Cultural Arts Center. I think that this was a lead 31 minutes ago. Oh, it's had a very long thread. It's got 34 comments. And so let's just go to the bottom of the comments and see what the last thing is. Sean Mulaney said, the Howe Avenue development is on hold for a while. That was the other option, so that's the word on that. I'm trying to get Dave Taylor to come over and talk about the Howe Street development, but they recently opened a Gaslight Bar and Grill across from the Ludlow Garage. It's open for drinks now, and I think maybe for dinner. And Wednesday they're going to start serving lunch. We'll get to that later. Here, Nancy Johnson of Clifton says, update on Clifton Market from the board. Oh, it was just an email sent out by the board a while back. I don't know why they posted on NextDoor. It should be kept to the shareholders, but anyway, it's a nice post. I guess I should copy that and print it out and put it in the cart foyer, so people who aren't on social media can read what the latest news of the market is in a very simple format. Frank and Josephine Keenan of Clifton say Clifton Market. Whoever posted a notice that the cheese counter at Clifton Market has been replenished might want to have a look for themselves. Well, it's true. The cheeses are slowly coming back. I didn't take a look at it today, but it was, I think, I jumped the gun there a little bit with that post. A stone coffee table from Northside, Andrea Rotter. Let's see what else is. Mike Anagosto found a Bearcat card at Ludlow Wines. This was 1 day ago. Hey, Lexus. So that's probably all we have here. I got, here, Annie Hamilton, Park Board meeting, Burnet Woods vote. The battle is about over. There have been false alarms, but it looks like the Port Board may be ready to vote on the CCA proposal. So I'm going to stick my neck out for now and announce the meeting that it will happen at. Well, that's Jan Brown Checo had a post the other day about trying to find out, we're doing a sampling, a polling of the neighborhood that was authentic. I'm surprised that we haven't been able to get a website that would make a credible poll. Hey, there he is, Mr. Bradbury. Yeah, I'm glad. I see you got your Clifton Market bag there.
Yeah.
All right. Are we going to see you at the holiday party?
When is that?
Tuesday.
Oh, where is that?
It's at the Woodside home.
Okay. I'm
You know,
not sure if I'll be there or not.
Pat and does your wife go to the Clifton Mother Study Group?
Sometimes goes, I think, but yeah, I'll look for it.
Otherwise, Wednesday is Arlin's night for fathers.
Oh, men's night.
Men's
I'm
night.
going to try and get to that.
Okay, Dave.
I need to get to one of those.
Yeah, that's good. Yeah, we'll look forward to seeing both of them, and certainly Wednesday. This Wednesday. Thank you, Dave. Or Dave Bradbury. Let's see. I was talking about having a poll that was reputable of the neighborhood, and it may be as easy as having a sampling of 27 people in order to determine what the whole neighborhood, Auburn, Cuff, Coreyville, Avondale, and Clifton, Northside want to do about the Art Center being in the park. Then we could have it would be a poll, like a regular poll you hear announced during the political conventions. I don't even know how you describe that. Polling. Let's just search that and see what we get. Because it was a good point. There may be 350 people in preserved Burnet Woods, but there may be 3,000 signatures from preserved Burnet Woods, but does it really reflect the community? Updated through poll type, all polls, presidential. Latest polls, 538. Well, this is an election night from ABC News. Let's see what they... Polling for the midterms. So we want to... Finding your polling place. Polling, computer science. Latest polls. Let's see. Creating a poll? Well, hey, Nelson.
How are you?
Fine, fine.
Anything interesting to report?
No, we're just, I was trying to find out whether or not we could have like a community poll for the Clifton Market and Preserved Burnet Woods to sort of, like they have these election polls, and hopefully it reflects the community. But I can't find a website that,
Just to keep the conversation going, basically.
yeah, there's two.
You got these windows and utilized them.
Well, we're waiting for you to do that, Nelson. I know you're a great window dresser, and I need you to jump into the fire and do them.
There you
Get
go.
get Mr. Singh's permission,
There you go. That's all I need.
and it'll be an extra job for you.
Yeah, but it's amazing, the miracle.
How's your record sales doing?
I'm right in the middle of it.
Okay.
I just had a guy come from
Oh, here it is. Create your own poll.
a big fan of mine, lives in D.C. And also lives in Seattle. He's a big political figure, but he's been a fan of mine since 70s, I guess. And he came in here, stopped, interviewing me.
Well, I guess you better run along. We'll see you later.
I'll tell you, he was here night before last. And we walked. He was moving here because of that little walking tour. So
Well,
Dave Taylor's place is there.
hopefully we're going to get a record store here.
It was everybody was here. So he's taken up stakes and moving here because of that.
Well, that's good. Thank you. Let's go to Facebook and see if there's anything going on. Let's search for Clifton. Clifton, Cincinnati, all good news. It's always a lot of fun to check in there. Oh, here, Claudia Taylor has posted something about the menu. Great, we want to see that. The Gaslight dinner menu. I guess we really need, so excited to give it a try. Can't wait to try it. We're opening our doors to the public for dinner starting Wednesday, December 12th. Lunch will be added on Monday, December 17th. Zoom in on our menus. Notice we offer specialty cocktails with a literary theme in honor of the former spirits of the reinvented space. Merry Christmas and season's greetings. Feeling excited at Gaslight Bar and Grill. So that's, thank you, Claudia, for that. That's just what we wanted to hear. I've been producing an aerial map of the merchants for the last 10 years for Clifton Chronicle online edition. It was in the printed edition back in, say, 2006, I think, finally when I gave it up, the job of producing the Chronicle, and now I lately made it a color image, and it got a lot of traction on when I posted it on All Good News Clifton, and I updated it, and I'm going to be posting the updated. You can go to All Good News Clifton, and you can get the Illustrator file that I used, and you can use it to print your own and update your own aerial map. It's basically around the perimeter is little boxes of the shops and their phone number, and then it has a little arrow. Part of the box goes like it's like a caption or a word box in a cartoon. Goes to the location on the street of where the shop is. So look forward to seeing that. I guess I'll probably print one up and put it on the Telford bulletin board. Let's see. Well, that's all for Clifton. We got the gas light. Let's go to Holidays on Ludlow and see if anybody posted pictures from Holidays on Ludlow. It was a beautiful evening on Friday, December 7th. We were playing Christmas songs here and taking names and numbers of people to raffle off a $50 gift card. It's got some beautiful pictures of the carolers. We had the carolers from the Bethel Church here, and also the United Methodist Church came here. Reverend Meredith was here. Let's go to Clifton Town Meeting. See if they got anything updated. While that's loading, let's go to the CityBeat and see what the music selection is. Richard Thompson played at Thursday at Southgate House. Ever restless Richard Thompson is on the move. The British singer-songwriter recently picked up stakes and left the West Coast for the East, trading his long-time home in California for a new one in New Jersey. 50 years after his first band, Fairport Convention, debuted, Thompson also released a new solo album, 13 Rivers. So my friend went to that concert. Let's see what's playing tonight. I've been talking about Cafe Vivace, but I thought it was on McMillan near UC, but actually it's over in East Walnut Hills. We drove past it the other night. Well, we got the Mad Frog, Future Joy with Mitty, Sinnel, Fat Chick, and DJ KJ at 8 p.m. It's $5. It says EDM. I don't know what that means. Northside Tavern has Classical Revolution at 8 p.m. It's classical various and it's free. Top Cats has Vandalia at 8 p.m. It's rock. It's $5. So let's see what we have here on that Clifton Town Meeting showed up. Well, there's Nothing's been going on. Oh, Clifton Town Meeting post. Thank you to all of our partners and volunteers. It was a great night filled with holiday cheer. If you have photos from the night, please share. Well, they have new lighting on the plaza. They're stringing light bulbs. They go from the poles on the stage up to the trees, and that's just been installed. Help your community put trees back in the Rawson Woods Preserve. That we walked by that yesterday, and about 2/3 of the area has been filled. They started at the bottom and working up towards the top of the hill. There's 2 hills, and they're going to work again, not this coming weekend, but the following weekend. There's going to be another tree planting session. We talked to one of the park board's employees, and he said it went extremely well. The ground wasn't as tough as it was, and it was a sunny day, so they had quite a group, various groups. He said that normally there's just like one group that works on this, but in this case they had maybe up to 5 different groups coming together and planting the trees. These trees are carefully selected to reflect the natural forest. So I've got some pictures of people decorating the street. So that's on Facebook. I can't think of let's see if we can come up with another Ludlow 21C. Let's see if there's anything posted there. No, it's just my post. I'm trying to get these. Oh, hey, Dave.
How are you?
All right, great. You want to sit down and say hello?
Sure.
Were you over there at the tree planting session?
No, I was just at home after basketball. So I was wondering if you were going to continue to do this after the sale.
Oh, yes. Well, the market's still has the biggest struggle ahead of it.
Yeah.
I mean, nothing's changed. We've just been given a reprieve.
So you're going to work just as hard to make the market work under Mr. Singh?
We have to if we want to market.
Yeah.
We're planning a holiday party to announce the new management.
Good.
In about a week, we'll have the shelves stocked fully.
Great.
And that's the biggest problem. People will say, well, I can't shop here because I come in and
Yeah.
you know,
Well, Jody and I came in yesterday and saw the dairy was completely stocked, so that was nice.
Yes.
So I know he's working piece by piece to get it restocked, so that's all good stuff.
Yeah, I'm having a real quandary of trying how to do this with no marketing budget.
Yeah. Yeah, to get out the word about how it's getting. Well, NextDoor is a good tool. I know you've been making good use of that.
Well, they banned me,
They did?
Yeah, I haven't been on there for a month.
Why? What did you do?
Well, I was promoting the store too much.
You're kidding. And they thought that was because
It's
that's
not
against the
them.
rules?
Someone in the community ratted on me.
Really?
That's how you get banned.
Wow.
You just need like 1 or 2 people
To say.
to complain.
Oh, they were just tired of you being supportive of something in the community.
Well, what it was that last week when the shelves were going barren.
Yes.
I posted 2 polls. Mostly they were humorous, like what
Yeah.
crazy ideas,
Yeah.
and I don't remember what the other one was. And then I put the Batman symbol.
Okay.
You saw that maybe?
No, I don't
It was
think I
Batman was on the roof, and then the symbol in the sky was the pizza, the orange slice.
Okay. Oh, okay.
It was a beautiful illustration.
That sounds
but
nice.
but then combined with my normal post about my broadcast, it just threw the wrench in the works.
Wow. So you're out for how much longer?
December 13th.
Nice.
But I was banned on Reddit too.
I didn't even know that was possible.
Social media is very sensitive about promoting your business.
Yeah.
You
Even
can
if you're not making any money.
right, or obviously if you're an insider, it's a community store. But
Right.
normally people would just say the first question they ask is, "Are you getting paid by the store?" Because that is completely taboo.
Right. Right. Well, they should know. I mean, I guess it makes sense if people don't think that Clifton Market is a co-op or or eventually, I guess, a private business. But
Right. So everybody, the story is this market's going through a selling phase. It usually
Yeah.
takes about 60 days to sell something. So that's what the market's in right now.
have you heard anything more about when things will happen?
I just interviewed Mr. Singh, and those questions are completely, they're exciting questions, but they don't really have the focus of what my job is
Yeah.
to get the word out.
Right.
I don't need to have a blow-by-blow of
Right.
the closing date or,
Right.
points given. It's not, it's interesting to talk on the side, but not.
Right. Yeah. Well, I came over to buy some stuff for we have a food drive. We have a food cupboard for students at UC, and because there are a lot of students who have trouble, kind of keeping themselves fed while they're also paying for tuition. So the staff in the College of Arts and Sciences does a periodic food drive and other kinds of things. So I'll get some Skyline chili here in a can and a couple of other items for that.
Yeah, there really are poor students.
Yeah, yeah, it's a big problem. Many of our students can make ends meet, but they work so many hours to do so that it detracts from their studies. And then there are others who, don't have support from beyond themselves, and so even if they have scholarships that allow them to be in school, they don't necessarily have enough funds to keep themselves warm and fed and clothed. So we try and do what we can.
Yeah, there's the food pantry up there on Calhoun.
Yep, that's the one that we donate to. Was started by some staff, and it's been really, really important to a lot of students I know. And sometimes, in emergencies, we have a mechanism by which we can get students gift cards to stores, Target, whatnot. So that's also a way that people can support students who are struggling.
Well, that's great, Dave. Let's talk a little bit about Preserve Burnet Woods and CCAC. I was reading Jan Brown-Checo said something about trying to have a community poll, like an authentic poll,
Uh-huh.
like a poll that was reputable statistically, to sort of get an idea of what the whole area, because we have 3,000 signatures for Preserve Burnet Woods. We have 350 volunteers. The CCAC has their team they're working, so I went online, and sure enough, there's a place where you can have your own. What would you call a real poll? What's it called?
Well, I don't know that you can have a truly scientific online poll. You would have to hire somebody to make random calls.
Yes, and that's what I noticed right away on this website. I need somebody to generate those random calls.
Yeah.
So you can have some sort of a poll with a very few number of people.
Right. Although, let's see, I think it's a little late in the game for all of this because today is December 9th, and the park board will vote on December 20th in the morning. So as one park board member has said, they have all the information they need, and we'll find out what their decision is on Thursday, after this coming Thursday.
Well, I know many people are still emailing the park board.
Oh, yeah.
Individuals,
Right.
and but the park board knows how important it is to the community, and you have to rely on them because they cared enough to be on the park board.
Yeah.
And they knew it's just like being a member of CTM. You're responsible for community opinion. And
Yeah.
how do you get that?
Well, I think there are two different things I would say about that. Is that it turns out you don't actually have to know anything about parks or how they function to be on the park board. You just have to know the mayor. The other thing I would say about that is...
That doesn't sound good.
No, it's not. I mean, it might turn out okay, but I think there are people on the park board who are very supportive of missions of parks, and then I think there are other people on the park board who really think of parks as just yet another kind of government function.
Stepping stone for one.
Well, maybe, or just a holding place. They are volunteering their time. It's not. I don't want to denigrate their efforts, but they just because they're on the park board doesn't mean that they have a philosophy that they really support parks and the services that they provide to residents. And the other thing that I would say is that I actually, even though I think the vast majority of people who hear about the possibility of a building being built in Burnet Woods think it's a bad idea, I believe that firmly. I have no evidence to the contrary.
yeah.
Everybody that I speak to finds it curious that anybody would even continue to propose buildings in Burnet Woods. Even though I believe that, I also don't believe that the park board should take polls. I think there are a lot of things that the decisions should not be made just because of majority opinions, and protecting the environment is one of those things where I don't think we should be taking polls. If the science tells us that we should be having a certain policy, then I don't, just because 52% of the people don't believe the science doesn't mean that we should have bad policy. So
No, you're exactly right. Politicians have a hard decision making. They have to do the right thing, even though the public is against it.
yeah, that's right. That's what leadership is all about. We don't have a whole lot of that in
It's
the world.
very hard to get leadership.
It really
I mean,
is.
Usually,
Especially if it doesn't pay.
right, leadership usually is a thankless job.
Yes, absolutely.
I
Yep.
think the real leader is he's the point guy and goes out in the military exercise, and he's the first one that's going to get shot.
Yep. Yeah, so he won't get promoted.
So he's the leader. I'm sort of an impromptu leader for the market. And
Yeah.
I must say that it
And
was.
then you got shot on
Well, I
NextDoor?
haven't yet. I've been very diplomatic. I mean, that was crazy. I knew I was abusing social media,
Okay.
and
But it was an emergency.
well, I wasn't hacking the code and making it favorable for me, but that's
You
the
didn't get
real way to
Russians
do it.
involved?
Well, I didn't get. I don't have a team of people putting up false statements and stuff. I wish I did.
Yep. All right, I got to go shopping.
Well, you introduce yourself. And,
I'm Dave Stradling.
And you're.
I live on Brookline.
And you're a professor at UC.
I'm a professor at UC and an associate dean at UC.
In what department?
I'm a history professor. Yep. I'm the associate dean for humanities.
Well, weren't you interested in that golf course in Burnet Woods in 1900? Did you hear about it?
No,
Yes, there
Somebody
was.
proposed to build it?
No,
Or
there was a golf course.
Huh?
Somebody told me that, and I posted it on social media, and sort of somebody said, "You got to be crazy, you're stupid." But anyway, there was a golf course in 1900.
It must have been a temporary thing.
It was a wealthy person spent $1,000 to put the links in,
Okay.
and there was free clubs,
Uh-huh.
and they just wanted the city to keep
Try it
the
out.
greens cut,
Okay.
and they wanted to keep. This is the funny part. They wanted to keep the ne'er-do-wells off the greens. It wasn't just the ne'er-do-wells. It could have been the immigrants or
The
the
pictures.
refugees. They had to stay off the greens. So
Yeah.
even back in 1900, they
Yeah.
were trying to get those refugees off those greens.
Well, the city did run golf courses, of course. The last one, I guess, is at Avon. Yeah, Avon Park.
It's the oldest field.
Yeah. So, all right.
All right.
Be well.
All right. We'll see you on the links in Burnet Woods.
Okay, I'll see you back on social media after the 13th.
All right. Thank you. That's great, Dave. Glad to see. And he brought up a very good point about polls and the decision making of this building in the park. So, going back to Facebook, let's see what we can do on let's go to Gaslight Bar and Grill, Clifton Gaslight Business District. Well, now it's the Ludlow Entertainment District. So all these Facebook pages are kind of old, but I always occasionally post on them. Let's see if there's yesterday, Clifton Gaslight Business District. Lots and lots of good things have been happening in the Gaslight District lately, and last night's holidays on Ludlow really brought all that to light. Click this link to read about the last night and see the photos of the event. A great time was had by all, including a very busy Santa. Oh, look at this. Gaslight Properties has Jeff Wilson write the blog for Gaslight Properties, and he posted a story about holidays on Ludlow, so I'll be right to read it for you. The weather was great for holidays on Ludlow on Friday. Cold like it should be, and not too cold, and not the least bit windy. The people came out in full force to the festivities. That included Santa Claus, who stopped by Petey's Pet Shop, to take pictures with some Santa-loving pets. There was a line out the door for this rare photo op, and the pets loved it, as you can tell by this particularly felicitous canine who was virtually brimming with the holiday spirit. So there, they have a couple of pictures of people love the new Sitwells. One of the owners, Florencia, was serving coffee drinks as well as some more spirituous substances like spiced cider, yum, and Irish coffee at Clifton Plaza while carolers sang. Isn't that great? Valencia. The owner of Maya was feeling the holiday spirit, and after a glass of his sangria, we were too. When we walked past Lydia's on Ludlow, Mal Crow was setting up for her performance there that evening, where she played to a packed house. Don't forget that Lydia's has open mics every Thursday. Well, we have to put that on the calendar. See if I can add that right to the calendar right now. I'm trying to keep a list of these things, and it's very hard to find out what's going on at Lydia's. Sometimes you post it on your Facebook page, and then sometimes you have to go to the store, especially at Arlin's, if you want to learn what's going on at Arlin's. You have to show up there and look at the chalkboard. So we got that posted. Good. Let's go back to Facebook. Santa covered a lot of ground last night. He's been hustling to his next gig. We are so happy to see Clifton Market spring back to life. At this table, showing a picture, folks signed up to win a $50 gift certificate. Clifton Area Neighborhood School, Cairns, partnered with Kind Flash to provide hats and gloves to 600 students as a service learning project for pre-K through first grade. That was on the plaza. Gosh, where are we? Oh, that's none other than the Gaslight Bar and Grill, which had a soft opening last night. It felt mighty cozy, and how about that woodwork? Not to mention the view, a beautiful view of the Ludlow Garage. Another Santa sighting, this time was at Ludlow Wines, which host wine tastings every Friday and Saturday night. Santa also visited Ace Hardware, where they served goodies for kids and adults. Eventually, the carolers on Clifton Plaza moved to a warmer climate, sharing the Christmas spirit with the crowd at Ludlow Wines. Once again, Holidays on Ludlow was a huge success, and the spirits were especially high due to all the new businesses, including Sitwell's, Gaslight Bar and Grill, and the new ownership at both Clifton Market and the Ludlow Garage. That's so quickly integrated with old businesses. And we're not done yet. There's the record store right around the corner. More on that later. So that's true. Torn Light Records is going into the Habanero parking lot in the back space where Dajit's Indian grocery store was. So thank you, Jeff Wilson, for that. Let's see what that was. Clifton Gaslight. Let's see. Let's go to Clifton Town Meeting, see if there's anything there, and then we'll move on to Instagram. Okay, we don't see anything there, so let's go to Instagram. The Clifton House is one of our bed and breakfasts at Whitfield, and I guess it's Whitfield and Howe. But they always buy their food here at Clifton Market, and they show a wonderful picture of an apple, a baked caramelized Hasselback apples with Greek yogurt. Yum. Barstool Cincinnati has a post about UC. I guess they played X the other day in the crosstown shootout. If we get later to, we'll see what the score was on that game. Clifton House, Bed and Breakfast, has another beautiful picture of egg and potatoes. A favorite New Orleans dish: eggs, sardou, poached eggs atop creamed spinach, and artichokes hearts. Gaslight Bar and Grill has a beautiful picture of some cocktails. Now, Lentz and Company has a beautiful moving image of a old-time realistic stereo. Super swank, this 1972 realistic stereo concert mate. Thank you for Lentz and Company for that. Also, Lentz and Company has a beautiful post of some board games: Stratego, Yahtzee, Popmatic Trouble for the holiday season. And well, that's great. That's just what we'd like to see. I'm looking forward to getting control of the Clifton Market Instagram page and post things. Let's go to Twitter. Gina Marsh has a post on Twitter: public transit, eviction prevention, and suburban poverty. Just little stuff I work on as part of my daily job. Read more below. So that's interesting. Let's see what we have here. Human Services News, December 2018. It's curious. Okay, see you, Dave. City Council approves funding for eviction prevention. With the urging of several HSC member agencies, City Council approved an ordinance allocating $237K to a new eviction prevention program. The HSC has developed a set of eviction prevention recommendations to inform the program's components, which include: 1, providing tenants one-time emergency rental assistance of up to $2,000 to cover rent and utility payments; 2, funding legal assistance for tenants who face eviction in court. What are you taking pictures of?
Her.
Yeah? I'm live on YouTube. You want to come over and say hello?
What?
I'm live here at Clifton Market on YouTube. Yeah, you can sit down here and introduce yourself.
This is so fun.
Hi.
So-
What are you doing?
Well, I don't know if have you been in the Clifton Market much?
No.
Oh.
Well, it's a community grocery store, and we're trying to make a go of it.
Oh, wow. That's cool.
Where do you normally shop?
I don't know. Kroger's kind of by St. Bernard.
Right.
It's because we don't live here.
Yeah, we don't live
We don't live around here, so we don't come here that often.
Yeah.
But I've been here like a few times, and I like it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Well, where do you live?
I live in like north side. Kind of, yeah.
And what are you taking pictures of today?
Just me.
I'm taking picture of
Oh.
her.
Yeah.
She's really pretty. So I just wanted to capture the moments. We took pictures next to the juice place. Yeah.
And is it for class?
No.
No, just
for
chilling.
fun.
Yeah.
maybe social media will have them later. And yeah.
Yeah.
What do you post on Instagram or?
Yeah.
Yeah, Instagram is like what I use the most. I don't know you.
Yeah, yeah, me too.
How many followers do you have?
I don't know. I'll go look right now.
She's pretty famous.
No, I'm not. I have almost 2,000.
Okay.
Gosh,
yeah,
I'm
she's
so
pretty
jealous.
famous.
But they're all ghost followers. I get like 100 likes, but that's it.
Oh, I have like 1,000 followers, and like,
But you get like 400 likes.
well, because people like me.
Yeah, but people don't like me.
I like you. That's why I take pictures
Oh,
of you.
thank you.
Do they ever break it down? How many men or how many women?
Yeah, it depends on what you are like.
That's so annoying. 'cause
Yeah,
it depends on the
I'll show
pictures that
you.
post. Oh, it shows. Yeah, because now Instagram has like a new tool when they show you like how many men follow you, how many girls follow you.
Oh yes, yes.
Like
Yes, I
only
see.
if you're a business account though.
Yeah.
Like if you have a normal
Mine's
account, I
business.
have like a regular account, so I don't know.
Do you have a business account?
Yeah. So like,
She's a
see,
businesswoman.
it tells me like the locations, the age range, how many men and women.
Wow.
Ew, you have like a little of like 13, 17.
65 plus. Probably my family.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, I work with social media here at the market, so I maybe have 150 YouTube broadcasts here live,
But still is.
and
I want to do YouTube.
Yeah, me too.
I want to do like a vlog. Like it's such a thing right now. Like people
Yeah, for sure.
watch you. Like I don't even watch Netflix anymore. I just watch like YouTube.
Yeah.
It's like people our age are like starting to like just like film stuff like their regular lives, but it's just entertaining. It's just like relatable,
Yeah.
and that's like the fun thing about it. I don't know.
well, I give all the news here in Clifton. Like I'd say what's playing at the Esquire, the Garage, what the restaurants are doing. So it's all news Clifton.
That's cool.
So people just listen to it. It's sort of like a podcast of what's happening in Clifton.
That's fun.
Yeah. I listen to podcasts sometimes, but like my mom does all the time about like environmental stuff. I mainly just watch YouTube.
Well, our big issue here in Clifton is the Art Center wants to build in the park, Burnet Woods.
They want to build.
They lost their center. The school took back their building on Clifton and McAlpin that was the Clifton Art Center, and now they're looking for a new location.
So
And
they're
they were
gonna build in the park?
well, it's a proposed idea.
I don't like that.
No,
Yeah.
they shouldn't do that. I mean, I'm very into art. Like, I'm very like artistic person, but like, still, a park is very important. Like,
Yeah.
mainly like in cities, like, because like there's like no like, you know.
They
you need
can
a
find
place-
somewhere downtown if they really wanted to.
Well, it's a Clifton Cultural Arts Center, so it has to sort of be.
Has to be, yeah.
Well, it kind of. So, but there's a lot of people that immediatally say that's not a good idea.
Yeah. Okay. So there's
Maybe-
like, people doing stuff about it.
Please.
Yeah.
There's people like doing stuff about it.
Yes, there's about 300 people on Preserve Burnet Woods, and there's a group. They've got about 3,000 signatures,
That's cool.
so there's a. But then on the arts side, there's, we have like the art museum is in Eden Park, Playhouse is in the park, in Eden Park. They have Season Good Pavilion,
I feel
so-
like it would be good if it was on the edge of the park.
Well, the proposed site are the two of them. One is on the Martin Luther King in Clifton. So it's a corner up there in the southwest corner. The other one is a hillside next to Good Sam. So they're both sort of off the beaten path.
Yeah.
But the thing is, will they want people around their museum, like at the park? I don't want it. I feel like it's okay if it's not very close to the park and it's not like you can't be here at certain times because we're doing this exhibit or this is going on, because it kind of takes away from the park.
Well, to listen to the Art Center, they're going to dovetail with programs in the park, and it'll just be just more park programming. So we'll see. The park board votes on this soon. It's a very complicated decision because they have to do the right thing, not what people want. Sometimes what people want is not the right thing.
Yeah.
It's hard to say.
I know.
Yeah.
It's
I
like-
understand.
I
Yeah.
get that.
And then you got to take the heat for making the decision.
Yeah.
You don't get elected because you tried to do the right thing, but the people didn't want it, but they should want it. What do you?
I know. Yeah.
Yeah.
I wish I was more involved in like that kind of stuff. I don't know. But like, is there like stuff like people like easy stuff that people can do about it, like to get more like informed? Like, are you the only one that like keeps people updated about this kind of stuff?
You should make a Twitter account if you don't have
It's
one
all
already.
it's all on social media.
Okay.
Preserve Burnet Woods has a Facebook page, and
And what can like people do to help? Do you know?
well, if you're for not building in the park, join Preserve Burnet Woods and sign the petition. And when they need volunteers to help in the park,
Yeah.
they're going to try to open a 501(c) and raise money to work with the park. The park needs your money and your help. Recently, they were planting trees in another section, bird preserve here in Clifton. So a lot of volunteers came out and helped plant trees.
Oh,
But there's always
that's so
something.
good.
Yeah, that's fun.
Yeah, it's hard because like I'm very like pro like having like culture and like art centers and stuff, but like I'm also very pro like having like green spaces like around the city. So it's like I don't know. I get why people might be like divided over that issue. Yeah.
Well, you can find your mission on the internet.
I know.
Well, you guys introduce yourselves, and then you
Oh.
can say goodbye.
Hi,
Sala.
I'm Rafa, and together.
I'm Sala.
Well, thank you
Okay,
very much, and
bye.
we'll see you. You can check it out. You can just search YouTube for Clifton Market, and it'll come up. Thank you. That's a nice interview. See what we were looking at. We were reading the Human Services news. Gina Marsh posted this. Human Services secures a grant to advocate for equitable public transit. The HSC is the recipient of a 2018 Strengthening Communities Through Organization and Advocacy grant from the Greater Cincinnati Foundation. We will use this grant to implement the first phase of an outreach and advocacy project calling Empowering Citizens for Equitable Public Transit. Over the next year, our Transportation Committee will use a variety of interaction tools to gather input from residents in economically disadvantaged communities in Hamilton County about their specific challenges using Metro. We will work with each neighborhood to identify specific bus service improvements that would be important to their residences, such as increasing frequency to an existing route, adding a new route or a bus shelter, or extending bus service hours. We will also gather input on the most important existing service components. At the end of this process, we will share these priorities with Metro and SORTA Board to ensure that they understand the unique needs of these communities. Ultimately, HSC's goal is to ensure that decisions about public transit improvements and service cuts are made using an equity perspective that considers impact on economically disadvantaged residences. So thank you, Gina, for that. Twitter. In the past here, they had a meeting in the cafe of a concerned group about getting the bus routes more tailored to serve the public. Christian Yulesman, it looks like he might be living in Minneapolis now, but he says Minneapolis becomes the first major American city to abolish single-family zoning. I wonder what that means. Up here. Hey, Steve. Well, I'm live on YouTube if you want to say anything.
Tom, you want to say anything to Tom?
I broadcast here in the market, and we just talk about everything Clifton. So the big news now is Steve's paintings or drawing. Somebody the other day said they remind them of Carolyn Williams.
Yeah, you know, I looked up Carolyn Williams, and her etching is Where are they? They sell for money, but not very much.
Well, I think she did them on copper plates, and if you can get an original, they might be $7.50.
For a copper plate or
A print from the plate.
By the way, I think I gave you a sailboat.
A sailboat.
Believe so? If you're the same guy.
Was that Triumph, Trimaran?
Triumph, yeah.
Oh my gosh!
Yeah, it was a
You,
long time.
wow! I
Was
can't.
that been 10 years?
I was working on that boat, and I ended up selling it to Mr. Thaxton.
Wow.
You know, he was the canoe guy down in. He has several liveries, and he wanted it for his grandchildren because it was like an unsinkable boat with a sail.
All right.
I don't know. I think I talked to his son, and I don't know where it is now, but I spent a lot of work repairing it.
All right.
This guy has a twin brother,
Yeah.
and he sailed across the ocean.
Wow, you
The
sailed across the
Atlantic
ocean?
3 times? Four times.
Wow, you sailed across the ocean 4 times?
Which direction?
Well, twice going from the U.S. to Europe, and then twice from Europe to the Caribbean.
Man, you're a man of some substance.
Well, that's why I got that boat.
Yeah.
It's because I got my first trip, and I decided I had to have a boat. So you had it on Greg's list, and it was free, and I came and picked it up.
All right. I got a catamaran about halfway built.
Oh, right, you're still working on that catamaran.
Yeah, I got a
Wow, it's great seeing you.
Great seeing you, Tom.
Yeah, it's totally cool.
Okay, buddy. All
Yeah.
right, man. It's a small world.
All right, Steve.
So did you see this one over here? This is the Bulgarian seen by the...
Yeah, when I got rid of my my first crossing, I came back and I said I had to have a boat. So the first thing I did was I got my brother's radio-controlled sailboat that I gave him for Christmas back in like 1980, and I got that up and running. And then I ran into this gentleman and picked up a plastic boat from him. So he launched 1,000 ships. Now I got 4 different boats I take care of. So that's all we have on Twitter. Here's another post from Gina Marsh. PG Sittenfeld. For every student who woke up with this morning stressed about the term paper due or the exam you have to take tomorrow. And I wonder what, let's see what this is. Tomorrow, valedictorians aren't likely to be the future's visionary, Dr. Arnold explained. They typically settle into the system instead of shaking it up. This might explain why Steve Jobs finished high school with a 2.65 GPA. J.K. Rowling graduated from the University of Exeter with roughly a C average, and the Reverend Dr. Martin Luther King got only 1 A in his 4 years at Morehouse. So that reminds me of George W. Bush. He was a C student. So I guess that's all we have. FC Cincinnati is they're returning to the Queen City with on the MLS roster. Well, let's see. Let's go to Reddit. See if we have. Here we go again. Hamilton County raises property taxes to pay for bingos and red stadiums. Opening dates for each exhibit at the Cincinnati Museum Center. Another missing cat. Perfect North. Oh, hi, Miss Singh. Fine. I'm live here. You want to say hello? Hello there.
Personally, thank you for all your hard work.
Oh, no.
Thank you for all your hard work and the things you do for the Clifton market.
Well, thank you, and thank you for what you did. You really got the load. You did the most greatest thing. we're hoping to have a party here in a week or maybe 10 days to celebrate the store being restocked. So we're going to be working on that. So we'll find something exciting to put it all around. Probably have to give another gift card and distribute to the merchants because they really enjoyed that. So
Yeah, sure, we'll do that. And we thank all the board members and those who believed in us and gave us their vote. We will greatly appreciate what they have done.
yes,
And,
yes. It takes two to tango. It takes the board and now you guys. We're going to try and I'm going to try to make sure that all the board continue to work with the market, even once the board is dissolved.
Sure, that's what we hope. We hope to really make this a community store, where everyone comes in here and kind of, share their thoughts, and we want to make it that way. It's all of us together is the idea what we want to put in.
Yes, a lot of people ask me if I'm going to continue working for the store. And I say I have to. We don't have a store yet. We still are trying to have a store. It's an illusion of what we're doing. We had 2 years of hard work trying to just keep afloat, but we have to run in the green.
Yes, green is what we're looking for, but we'll get there. With everybody, supporting the market, and then, having hard work with it. There's no way why we shouldn't be in the green. We have to make Clifton proud.
I'm glad you're so young because it's going to take a lot of energy, a lot of hard work.
I'm hiding my gray hair, but I'm not that young.
I've definitely got gray hair, so enjoy the rest of the day and thank you for coming over. Yeah, no, we're still on. I got another
No, I just wanna
10 minutes.
I was going to personally thank you for what you've done for me.
No, we have to do this.
The hard work you and
It's,
your wife.
we still have the hard work.
Yeah.
We're not finished. We haven't even really begun.
Yes, I understand that, but I just want to personally thank you for.
Well, you're very welcome. It's great to have a good team in place now. Thank you. So we're going to go back to, that was Genet Singh. Hey, Carla. Howdy. Genet Singh is Mr. Singh's wife, and they are, Genet is actually on the Clifton Market Board, and now they're trying to close on the business. So I don't see anything about Clifton on Reddit. Let's go down a little bit more. Let's go search Clifton, see what we have. Things are rough in Clifton. That's 1 year ago. Well, that's not any good. Stolen mattress. Well, I don't know where that is. Well, that fall in Clifton fixed. Wonder where that is. Because Clifton, it seems like it was pretty much gone around the world. Clifton skyline totally gutted. Oh, this is a year ago. They redid skyline. Another beautiful picture of fall in Clifton is 6 years ago. So we definitely are not right up to date on that. And let's see. Let's go back to NextDoor and see what the. Let's go to the internet and just give you the lineup at the garage and the Esquire, and we'll see if we can. So the Twilight Zone is performing at the Cincy Improv in the Clifton Performance Theater across the street from CVS. There's a performance on December 14th and December 21st at 8 p.m. It's the Twilight Lit Zone. It's something like the Twilight Zone. Rod Serling was a Cincinnatian. He used to hang out at the Busy Bee across the street when he was a young man. Let's go to the Esquire Theater. See what's new. Gremlins is going to be December 14th at 10 p.m. Roma opens Friday, December 14th. It's a Wonderful Life is going to be played December 16th at 12:30, and the 12:30 show is sold out, and there's another show at 7 p.m. You can give a holiday gift card. Swimming with Men. Yes, Steve?
Well, Tom, it's always good to shop here.
I see you got your French bread.
Yeah, I got some bread and wine and cheese and some things for a gathering.
Cool. Well, we had a great time here on the holidays on Ludlow.
Yeah, I saw some photographs. It looked like
Yeah.
a great.
Yeah, we gave away a $50 gift certificate, and I called the person. Their name was Rowan Rivers, had a California number. I think this is a woman's name,
Right.
and she haven't gotten back to me yet, so we might have to draw again. Did you put your name in the hat? Well, anyway, we'll probably give away another gift certificate when we have a grand reopening here in a couple of weeks.
Yeah. Sounds good.
Yeah, we can celebrate your art at the same time.
I should bring in some Life as a Fountains to it, some points in the books, but still trying to keep it as a gradual release with this whole thing.
Well, as soon as you get some more pieces framed up, we'll put them in the window box, and you can put a copy of the book in the window and just give your name and phone number, and people can call you if they're interested.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
Good idea. Yeah, and I am working on framing up some other things. Probably next couple weeks.
Okay. Well, take your time. We'll be ready. I gotta open up. You can only open that window box when it's dried out a little bit. When it gets wet, it swells. It makes it tough to open. So I'm gonna put a new handle on it. It needs a new handle because it's interesting to get that thing open. I'll show you the tricks when it comes to the time.
Sounds good.
All right. Thank you, Steve. And what's your friend's name? I forget.
Tom, the fellow.
Right, Tom. His last name?
His last name is Grady.
Please?
Grady.
Grady. Tom Grady.
Grady.
So, okay. So the new movie at the Esquire is Swimming with Men. So let's see what that's about. Well, here. Faced with a full-blown midlife crisis, accountant Eric, played by Rob Brydon, joins an all-male group of synchronized swimmers, discovering that making patterns in a pool can, for a couple of hours at least, smooth out the bumps in his work and marriage, initially keeping their personal lives in the locker. The ramshackled squad and coach, Susan, played by Charlotte Riley, slowly learn to reveal their inner lives as well as their paunches. But can they get their lives and routines in sync as they embark on an unlikely journey to Milan to compete in the World Championships? So, that's the new movie. And at the Esquire, there's the new Vincent Van Gogh movie coming up is with I forget the gentleman's name. Anyway, that's going to be at the theater soon. Coming soon. Let's see what we got. Cold War coming. Marwin, with Steve Carell. Zero, is coming. Nicole Kidman, Destroyer. Holmes. This Christmas. Vice. I think Vice was playing the other day at the Stan and Ollie. The Upside. Alita. The Rocky Horror Picture Show is every second Saturday at midnight at Esquire Theater. So that's the lineup at the theater. Let's go and see what's happening at the Ludlow Garage. Can't believe I don't have it right here on top of it. Well, here it is, the Ludlow Garage. So Thursday, December 13th is going to be Steve Poltz. And that's what we have. Let's read a little more about what Steve Poltz is about. It's rock. As usual, Dave puts a YouTube link. You can hear a taste of Steve's music. It says, Steve Poltz is not normal. He was born in Halifax, Nova Scotia, Canada, but has lived most of his life in Southern California. Hey, Tom. All right. Well, sit on down here.
Huh?
Sit on down here.
How are you?
Fine. We survived the holidays on Ludlow.
Didn't even know it happened. I was on vacation.
Oh, good. Well, we raffled off a $50 gift certificate here.
Good.
And we haven't heard from the winner yet, but maybe we'll have to draw again in a couple of days.
Well, did it go well?
Oh, yes. I played Christmas songs, and they gave carriage rides and carolers.
As a matter of fact, one of my favorite of your paintings is your painting of that a couple years ago.
Oh, I think I have one in the window here.
Yeah, of that.
Yeah, that's a real classic piece.
I like that painting.
That's my that window box has two different styles. One is my 1987 Impressionist manner, and then a new Impressionist manner. And
Post-Impressionism.
Well, it's pretty dramatic.
They call that
changing.
Post-Impressionism. So Manet is technically classified as a post-impressionist.
Gee, I don't know what to say.
I've heard him
about
call that.
I can't get really involved in semantics, or it doesn't make any sense to me. I know art history, but putting labels on things.
The only thing I know is with Monet, you can tell a Monet because you can't see the faces. With a Manet, you can always see the faces.
Oh yeah, Manet was definitely a portrait painter. Monet was a impressionist. So he didn't. Monet painted no portraits.
No.
I mean, he had sketchy figures, and
The whole
I suppose
thing was
they.
a portrait.
Well, I guess you could have recognized the model, but mostly it was just a model.
I love art.
Well, my latest thing is to paint this the window treatment, and my new idea for the yard signs is to get a family to pose, and then I will paint their silhouette on the yard sign, and it'll say Clifton Market, and then it'll say the friendly family, and then they can stick it in their yard and say, so they'll have the dog, the kids, because our target audience here is a young family.
Do you know, I'll still incorporate the light bulb.
Oh, the pizza pie or the orange slice,
The light bulb.
the circle. With
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, everything will
Put
have
that
that.
above there.
I also was going to come up with a series of yard signs of just cartoons about the Clifton, like the gas light with a guitar player, or, the skateboarder, the fountain.
This is one I don't know if people would understand it, but it's like, come to the Agora.
Well, it was really just meant to be art, but I'm going to have to make some of them up that just say new management on the bus line, because I have to get those out because they're very important.
How about doing it Burma shade?
Well, I had some of those in series,
Yeah.
but they're just. It's a good idea. I've just got to go home and make the sign.
Condense the Burma shave into 2 signs.
I'm hoping to get that together this week. So, looks like we only got a couple of seconds left, and so we can say goodbye and finish off another live here in Clifton Market in the cafe.
Alive.
Yes, thank you very much, Tom. Bye-bye. Take care. This is Tom Lohre signing off until probably Wednesday.